26-26. 3/19 and on.
On first down, Rodgers. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Hey, 50. Zoom.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
3/19.
Here's Rodgers on first down. That's some strong running. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 50 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Hey, 3/19.
Rodgers now to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. Throwing right, and that's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mariota on first down. Flushed out right. And he's got room. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Staying up, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this one complete to Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is right through. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jayon Brown able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game. And now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the football. And guess what? I throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jumbo! Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Zoom.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Hey, let's go, come on. Hurry up.
A give to Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Rodgers now on third and goal. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Mariota. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Mariota to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Now Mariota. Smith catches left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Mariota going to bring him up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mariota to throw for it on fourth. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for third down. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Keith Marshall, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. Walsh adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at the 20. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Hey, check 26. Inside. Gun. Green 18.
Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Green 18. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26. Green 18.
Rodgers now on first down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. This is Jones, and he stopped immediately there. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Strong right! Strong right! Jump out! Zoom.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Got it open there, and it's Valdez-Scantling. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Rodgers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll pitch it out to Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Being chased out left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
319!
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And the Titans getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. To throw is Mariota. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significance.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And they're going to go for it here on the fourth down try. Mariota's going to stay out there. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. From the gun, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Black. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding room at the 30. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to him on first down. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
One.
Second down, Mariota. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Marshall. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Mariota. And that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Mariota now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Marshall. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They give it to him running left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and goal. Mariota. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this 3rd quarter. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down. So
here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of the starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Back now at Lambeau. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And here's Marshall. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. One.
Mariota now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
One.
On 2nd down, Mariota again. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run inside the 40. And down to the 16-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
From the red zone now, Mariota looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Marshall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Mariota here to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Extra point try now for Walsh. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And all the way to the opposite 45. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Tennessee, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Green Bay. They'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.